What?
Okay. Yeah. We'll say it.
So we'll not say it.
Right.
Amazing intro, as always. That intro music that I could hear was totally awesome. Rocking out
Really
to that.
catchy.
Who the heck was that? Was that a band called Shuffle? They sound different every time. Welcome to the Square Go Podcast 2026, baby. With me, your host, Beans Goldblum, a.k.a. Steero, yeah, lots of different names. We've got Roger Bamjet, a.k.a. AK-47, Ian Gordon, a.k.a. Money.
Roger Bamjet. All right, hit me.
Sandy Alexander Henry Charles III. We've got the North Sea Driller Killer, Abel Ferreira. I don't know you well enough, Paul, to slag you yet.
Ollie Wally.
I was going to say you look like Ben Elton, but did you get that a lot?
No, I don't. I get ugly Gary Oldman.
Well, all right. So, viewers and listeners, this is Paul Mann, the filmmaker behind Shiver Me Timbers, the Popeye horror movie. So, yeah, he's our guest for this afternoon, and we are going to chat words and find out his story. So, yeah, I guess I know you more so for your work with Shiver Me Timbers.
Yes.
and the movie come out. Can we gloss over that roughly, and then we'll start about your filmmaking journey?
What do you mean by gloss over? Like
Yeah, just to sort of a few words about.
Shiver Me Timbers?
Yeah.
Well, it's a Popeye horror film set in the 80s. And it's kind of a nod to all the films I loved growing up on the VHS shelf. You know, the video nasties, all that stuff. And yeah, it's Popeye. You know, it's Popeye and olive oil story, castor oil. You know, and we made it out of the love of Popeye because I love Popeye, and that's really it. It's just a horror movie that says we love horror.
Cool.
So, from what I understand, there's another two films that tried to jump on and capitalize on the license becoming available, like public domain.
It's a public domain. It was one of the first. So there's two other horrors. There's another British one.
Have you seen them both?
Oh,
That was going to be my question.
Yeah, I've seen everything. I've seen pretty much all the public domain.
Right.
Yeah, because that seems to be quite a thing now. There's the Winnie the Pooh, Blood, and
Screamboat.
Yeah.
Which is my other favourite public domain. I'm friends with
Okay.
director online and all that.
And
Is that the Mickey Mouse one? Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
And is it after 100 years the copyright ceased to exist?
It's 95
95. Okay.
in America.
Yeah.
It actually dropped here, I think like in 2012 or something. I think we're like 75 years or something.
Right.
okay.
Yeah. Does it keep changing because Paul McCartney's still alive? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it changes.
Apparently he's still alive.
Yes.
I thought.
What's Paul McCartney got to do in him? Wombles.
I love that song, Tina Turner.
But
There's a Womble horror film.
Hey, that'd be pretty good. I was going to steal that idea. The Womble horror film.
yeah, the Wombles.
Is that why we keep getting like shitty Disney reboots? Because of this license thing, they're kind of renewing the license.
And not renewing it. It's expiring after. I thought it was 100
Yeah, but
years.
you have to remember there's a copyright drop.
Yeah.
There's a trademark. Now, trademarks last forever as long as they're making money. So 500 years if it's still. So you have to be careful, which is why, like the Winnie the Pooh film, he looks nothing like the Winnie the Pooh we all know and love, because that particular version of Winnie the Pooh is trademarked by Disney.
Right.
Right.
So did you lawyer up going into this?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did, because we had no information. You know, like we were, Scottish filmmakers making your first feature. You're like, and it's hard to get a lot of help. And nobody wants to give you information. So we just hired a IP lawyer.
Cool.
And he said, it's kind of funny, like, because he said, don't call it Popeye. They've got the original owners of Popeye still have the trademark on a film called Popeye.
Yeah.
What sucked?
Is that the
Robin
Williams?
Williams?
Yeah, is that two other horror films came out called Popeye in the title. And I was like, and he goes, they took a chance. And the people that own the trademark just didn't bother. But they could have.
Yeah.
Because there's one called The Mousetrap.
Right.
It was initially called Mickey's Mousetrap, and Disney came after them.
Right. Okay.
And they had to do everything just to the mousetrap, which is why none of the films have got Mickey, Screenboat, Mouseboat.
From my understanding of that, it was like the Mickey Mouse character was sort of later a kind of the design and everything of the character came out a little bit later. So the thing that's in public domain is the Screenboat Willie or Steamboat Willie version of.
But they got stung with that, so I had to change the name.
Yeah.
Right.
So we called it Shiver Me Timbers, because the lawyer goes, "You're not gonna believe this, though. Nobody owns Shiver Me Timbers.
Nice.
We trademarked it
Nice.
here in the States.
Excellent.
So if
What if someone else makes Shiver Me
so if
Timbers?
Sony want to make a film called Shiver Me Timbers,
Yeah.
they have to come to us to get permission.
Nice.
We could shut them down or sue them.
Yeah.
So
That's excellent.
but then there was Popeye the Slayer Man and Popeye's Revenge, and we were just like, fuck.
Yeah.
We could have called it Popeye after all.
Yeah,
I wanted to call it Popeye 1985 or 86. 86. That was my original title.
Yeah.
But the lawyer advised against it.
Okay.
I love the 80s setting. Obviously, we're not him. I'm looking at him.
I was born in the
We're
80s.
children of the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
You're born in the. You remember the
Born in
80s.
the 80s. Yeah.
Okay. So before we go into your latest foray, Shiver Me Timbers, could you tell us a little bit about how your filmmaking journey began?
Yeah, I was actually starting music.
Imagine that.
Yeah, so I think everybody does. And I was in a band when I was like 14 to 16. But my thing was, I was a huge Alice Cooper fan.
Mm.
And he was with all the theatrics, the beheading.
Yeah.
Remember, he used to build the Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would walk away. It was really cool and all that.
Yeah.
So I was really into horror movies too. Huge horror movie fan. I was brought up on horror movies. And I'm old enough I was old enough, I was like 12, where I could still go to a video store
Yeah.
before the video nasty.
Video nasty stuff.
I was renting Texas Chainsaw,
Yeah.
Driller Killer,
Mhm.
all these video nasties legally
Yeah.
as a 12-year-old,
Yeah.
because there was no laws.
Yeah.
And it was before
Mary Whitehouse and
Before all that.
Moral Panic and stuff.
and it was before the chains like Blockbuster. But we did have a chain in the Edinburgh called Azad Video.
Oh,
Azad,
yeah. I
we had
remember
Azad
that.
through here. Yeah.
So you met, but I think they just came after the act.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
back before that, it was just mom and pa shops
Yeah.
Yeah.
with a Driller
Yeah.
Killer on the. I used to actually go in and get their catalogs, with all the films in them, because you see what was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love video shops, but there did come a point where it was like me and my brother were going, we could rent anything.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point, and you're like, oh no, you need to be 15 or 18.
Yeah.
And we're like, what? You've sold me fucking
Well, that's
Hellraiser
BBC
before. and-
BBC
The
came in.
cops were actually going around,
Yeah.
seeing if they could rent stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't
people
know
were
that.
getting arrested.
There was no age rating before.
I mean, there
No.
was an age rating, but they didn't give a monkey's.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? But like, there came a point, and I remember being, I had to reach up to the guy. I was like, I want this today. Nope. And I was like, why not? And when he explained why, I was like, I've been coming here for years, me and Shawnee, and we've been getting worse stuff than this.
The same thing happened with video games as well, because
Right.
to begin with, people were just they would just ignore it. They just thought it was it was cautionary,
Well, actually, there was no age rating when they first came out.
Yeah.
There was no laws on VHS.
Mm-hmm.
There was just nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So the shop wasn't doing anything wrong,
Mhm.
because they actually had some hardcore pornography as well at
Right
the time.
enough. I think I remember that.
Yeah, I'm talking like proper, like,
Yeah.
and you could rent that as a kid because there was actually no.
Yeah.
I know this because I did.
Yeah.
So all your mates would come around and
Yeah. I have 6 of these and Driller Killers.
So I remember it really well. But I was my journey went. I want to be a special effects guy.
Mhm.
So I was buying Fangoria magazine, and I had I remember the VHS tapes. I was buying them from America, the how to do
Yeah.
stuff, and I was young,
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then when I quit all the bands, I didn't like it. I ended up in a band that was actually kind of touring. It wasn't for me,
Yeah.
I just wanted to make movies. So I buggered off to America, 16, 17 years old, and I didn't come back till I was 35. But during that time, I went to a school, because to get into the unions and everything, you had to go to Elegance. But I'd already trained myself, and that's where you make all the mistakes, because nobody's showing you the right way to do it.
Mm.
Mhm.
But sometimes stuff happens. Making a mistake, that's really cool,
Mm.
So I went to Elegance, which was a makeup school there, kind of like
Right.
Joe Blasco.
Yeah.
There was Elegance. And I did the whole, because I was so knowledgeable, I said, do I have to do the entire year's course?
Yeah.
But they made me do like the beauty, because you still have to know that,
Yeah.
and basic makeup, those modules.
It's the same here.
Yeah.
Like there's so many kids we've met that they're wanting to get into special effects and horror makeup and stuff, but the first year they have to do is like beauty.
Yeah.
So I did the whole year, and they let me do it in 6 months. They
Right.
just let me sit the tests
Yeah.
for certain ones,
Yeah.
because I knew how to do it. Then I did advanced prosthetics and all that. Then they hired me as an instructor,
Yeah.
to do theatre makeup and motion picture makeup. Not for the other guy already doing, but the lecturers were Greg Canham. We had Cenobites, Deadites on display from KNB, because all these guys were lecturers.
Mhm.
So I ended up working for a guy called Bob Romero, who's a much older man. His father, Bob Romero Sr., was a makeup artist
Mhm.
who worked with Lon Chaney as an assistant.
Right.
Bob Romero back then was an old man when I was a kid, so I think he might still be doing it.
Right.
But he showed me a few things, and after a while, I got into like Power Rangers and stuff, doing stuff for them.
Yeah.
doing
All right.
the kabukis,
Yeah.
because they had their regular makeup artists do the kabukis. She put regular makeup on.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, the Power Rangers glove would touch it. So I came in and used packs, which is like a paint
Uh-huh.
and stuff. So I was doing all that, doing a lot of commercials, a lot of plays where you have to design makeups for the age the actors can do themselves
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and all that. So I ended up doing special effects. And then I got into like visual effects, supervising,
Yeah.
which back then is before CGI, which was like people flying. I knew like wizards who did like the bicycle going over ET,
Yeah.
lifting them up. So I was putting together I did a film with Trance with Bruce Abbott from Reanimator, Martin
Right.
Cove from Cobra Kai,
Uh-huh.
all these
Oh,
guys.
yeah,
in
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And I was the guy that supervised all the special effects, because
Cool.
it was different departments.
Yeah. Yeah.
I brought in my buddy to do the makeup effects, and I brought in Bob from Wizards who did the flying because they levitate
Yeah.
and all that. And I just started. That was my journey. It's
Yeah.
kind of a weird.
This
Bitsy
is
journey.
exactly what I wanted to do when I was at school, because I remember talking to our careers advisor, and they were like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "Special effects in movies, creature
Yeah.
animatronics," and I'd watched the films FX with Brian Brown,
Yeah.
Brian Dennehy.
Yeah.
I'd watched them, and I just thought like that seems like such a cool mental tool set to have to be able to know how to do like pyro effects and how to do blood and
Well, I didn't do
gore.
pyro. That's a separate.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a whole separate. You could blow somebody. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we did do some cool stuff, like because I remember Tom Savini talking about how he did exploding heads with watermelons and all that.
Mhm.
I remember my best friend's back garden getting the watermelons.
Or pneumatics and stuff. Or...
No, we get the
Natural.
watermelon, put the skin on it, and the wig, and then you cut the wig, so because wigs are hard to come apart.
Yeah.
And glue it onto the skin that you put on the watermelon,
Yeah.
and then you stand at the side with a big shotgun and literally just shoot it, at a high frame rate,
Yeah.
and it would explode.
Yeah.
You can't do that here.
Yeah.
But I was just talking to another filmmaker. I talked about David Ryan,
Yeah.
Redwood Massacre. I'm going to be doing a bunch of stuff for him, and I was saying, if we could get some really good bangers, man,
Yeah.
just do a watermelon effect,
Yeah.
But I learned all that there. And then I moved into directing because I wanted to be a director, and
Mhm.
a lot of the stuff is when you're doing these special effects, you're working with a director, pretty much telling them how to shoot it,
Mhm.
because you have to hide cables or edits
Mhm.
Yeah.
and stuff. This is pre-CGI,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, because the way that you do the effect is going to determine how it kind of comes together in the edit and how it's shot
Yeah.
and stuff.
really funny side story. I did when I was a kid, the porno we hired was called Tropic of Desire.
Oh yeah. Wait, oh.
Yeah. And it was hard. I mean, it was, almost traumatic for a bunch of 12, 13-year-olds,
This is taking a turn.
But I did special effects for a porno called Wildcats for a big porno director now, and the actress goes to me because I was telling her, and she goes, "Yeah, we're about to do a remake of that."
Really?
So what special effects did the porno need?
He wanted like werewolves, but cats.
Right.
So all the
okay.
girls turn into
Werecats.
Werecats.
Yeah.
And it was so I came in and did like a couple of pumped up foreheads and some contacts. So I got my contacts.
Was there a transformation scene in there?
Aye.
All right, okay.
But it was
Imagine like the
it
thriller
wasn't. It
video.
was more like she goes in, and then you get the reaction shot.
Mm-hmm.
Then you cut back, but I've put the contacts in at that point.
Yeah.
So it was more like that.
Stagger it.
So I staggered it, but that's a great place to learn your craft. By the way,
Yeah.
everybody on these sets is learning,
Yeah.
trying stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully not everybody.
Well, no, that's just the crew. The
Yeah.
learning. So that was really cool. It's just a kind of full circle moment where she goes, "Yeah, we're doing a remake of that." And then I met through all that, I met Dr. Silver, did the contacts. He's in the Thriller video, making a Michael Jackson Thriller.
Yeah.
Wow.
The guy that books in the big scleral areas.
Yeah.
Cover most of your eye.
That traumatized me as a kid watching the
Yeah.
making of.
Yeah.
No age rating on that.
It was Rick Baker.
Mhm.
did
Yeah.
American Werewolf. And then I also worked for
That
companies-
traumatized me, by the way, American Werewolf in London.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it.
I loved it as well, but it scared the shit out of me.
Because I was buying Fangoria,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
so it wasn't quite as scary because you're looking at the behind the scenes
Yeah.
pictures.
But like what you're saying about the video shops, that was what attracted me to American Werewolf, because the video shop cover was just the wolf's head, and
Yeah.
I always remember walking past it and just being, "Oh, that looks fucking scary." And I got the opportunity somehow to see it on, I think it was on TV, and I stayed up late, once my parents had gone to bed, and watched it, and I struggled to make it past even the scene on the moors. I was like, "Oh my god, this is
That was
I am
great,
not sleeping tonight."
Which, just as a little bit of trivia here, if you ever watch Army of the Dead,
Yeah,
did you watch that?
yeah. The recent one where
What's his name?
Alright.
Did-
The Zack Snyder.
Bautista.
one.
Zack Snyder,
Yeah.
They do a Moore scene. It's an exact copy with the two soldiers. It's a tribute. One of the soldiers falls in the ditch. He's like, "Help me up!" And then the big
Yeah.
brutal zombie comes and takes him out.
remember,
Exactly.
yeah.
I mean, we're talking frame,
yeah,
frame
shot by
frame,
shot. Yeah.
I
It's
didn't
really
realise that.
cool. But yeah, anyway, I did all the special effects, and then I did supervising, and then I moved into directing. I did a couple of shorts and stuff.
Is this still in America?
It's still in America, and then things started to change because digital revolution started happening and CGI. Remember,
Yeah.
everything went CGI.
Yeah.
All them. I also worked for makeup houses in Van Nuys, in the Valley. Worked with, it's been so long now. I worked for a few months with David that did the reboot of Freddy Krueger. He did the one with Jack Earl.
Oh yeah.
Oh
did
yeah.
that makeup.
Yeah.
I worked in his studio for months, just whatever he wanted me doing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bounced around a few of the shops in the Valley. Then ended up actually working and running I got an offer. It was, I needed work because the makeup guys were all getting laid off
Yeah.
because everybody went CGI. It was like
Yeah.
a new thing.
Yeah.
Now it's gone the other way. People
Yeah,
are coming
it's
back.
Can't go
Yeah,
back to practice.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I know working with my buddy Eric owned a salon on Sunset, right across the road from Tiffany Theatre, and I ended up helping him out with a salon. But I was upstairs. I had like a wee shop and everything,
Mhm.
and it was great because we had the theatre across the road. I would do some stuff
Yeah.
for them, and then eventually, it's such a transient town.
Mhm.
When I turned into my 30s, 35, I decided I think I want to go back to Edinburgh and use my talents there.
Yeah.
I got really good advice from I think it was at Comic Con, and he goes, there's so many people here. He goes, you're better off being a big fish in Scotland.
Mhm.
You'll actually get noticed.
Mm.
Whereas here, there's a lot of big fish all trying to get noticed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's pure luck. So that's when I came back.
Right. Okay.
And I came back here as an editor because I was doing so much editing over there. I did a TV show. I directed a few episodes, Club, and I did the pilot for $6,000. It got picked up by Warner Bros. KTLA, ran for 2 seasons
Right.
on television there, which is kind of cool,
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was like a reality show where I went around all the clubs, and each episode was 2 clubs. So, and you had 2 girls just going in and interviewing the DJs,
Yeah.
and then there was always somebody famous at the club. So like all the boys from American Pie movies and all that.
Yeah.
I was in clubs because they were hot
Yeah.
stuff. It was 99, 2000.
Yeah.
They were the big deals. So you
Yeah.
get interviews with them. You get in and do all the interviews with all the staff, the DJs, and Paul Oakenfold and
Yeah.
all that. And I did tons of that. And I was just editing and editing and editing. Came back to Edinburgh, got hired as an editor with a lot of people here.
Yeah.
Hired a full-time job as an editor for a big corporate firm doing big, you know. But then the special effects itch has been coming back.
Yeah.
But when I did my film, I didn't do the special effects. Well, I did and didn't.
Yeah. I was going to ask about that.
I hired makeup artist Hannah, who's incredible, special effects makeup artist. But it was my old school techniques.
Mhm.
So we were building in the film where the guy comes out of the battle,
Mhm.
Tar Man stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
That's a whole practical effect.
Yeah.
Which was my technique, which was me and Hannah together built the entire suit in my mate's back garden,
Yeah.
you know, and then on the day it had to be finished on the day.
Yeah.
She took over because I was directing the movie.
Yeah.
The stump was my technique as well.
Oh,
which
yeah,
if I
yeah,
told you I
yeah.
did that, you'd laugh.
We'll get there. We'll
Yeah,
get there. Yeah. We'll touch upon all
But
that.
she took it over, you know.
Mm.
I didn't do any and then we hired another makeup artist from Liverpool, Meg, to do Popeye. We didn't have enough money. It was a 10-day shoot
Yeah.
to do Popeye's makeup every day, time, and all that. So she did a base makeup that we then CGI built
Mhm.
upon.
Yeah.
So what year was it you came back here?
2000, end of 2005, beginning of 2006.
And how do you think the industry was then to compare to now?
Actually, it was that birthing of digital revolution was really taken off, but it was still brand new. The editors that got the work
Mhm.
were still the guys that owned the kit, the big Avids
Yeah.
with the tape machines and the hardware, because it was all digibeta.
Yeah.
There was no.
Like online editing. And,
There was Final Cut Pro,
yeah.
the old Final Cut Pro, which is
Yeah.
Adobe Premiere now.
Yeah.
But you still needed the big machines for the digibetas.
Yeah.
There was no cards. There was no
Yeah.
memory card stuff yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no iPhones. You know, Sony had a wee camera phone. You know, Sony Ericsson camera phone. That was like the best phone. So it was great because I was working for companies that owned the kit.
Yeah.
You know, and you had to have a big giant piece of hardware that's strapped into the Avid or your Final Cut Pro. You know, the bridge to
Yeah.
get the tapes in. It was still big cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it went DV, so it was like
Yeah.
the Canon DV camera, mini
Yeah.
DV.
Yeah. You still had to ingest it and stuff.
Yeah.
It took ages.
Still
That's
had to
28
check.
years later camera. That's how
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
was,
Yes.
Yeah.
Great look.
The Canon XL1.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so it was still great,
Mhm.
but it went at like what you
Yeah,
call it,
Big
exponential
ramp, Yeah.
2, 4, boom, boom with the technology.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we learned. So I was at uni in '99, and we learned first year we learned on SVHS, and we were kind of like cutting
Tape to
slicing
tape.
tape together. Yeah,
when I went to film school, because I did go to school, I went to Elgin's and I did courses of Santa Monica and all that,
yeah,
and that was how we did it,
yeah,
razor blades and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then quickly they got. By the time it was in third year, they had the online editor that took mini DV and they ingested everything. But there was only one suite in the whole campus.
Aye.
So you had to book it out, and there was lots of cameras, but only one editing suite for mini DV. But it was like you could see because I came out and I bought an iMac and had an iMovie, and it was like it took up your whole hard drive just to copy like an 8mm tape onto.
Yeah.
So that you could edit on iMovie, and you're like, well, I can make a 20-minute movie or something, and then my machine falls apart.
All the post houses were in Glasgow, so I was working for like Edit 1, 2, 3 and all that in Glasgow.
Yeah,
And there was a few others, I forget the name now, and a few others. And what's funny is now, all these places aren't. A lot of them have gone. Edit 1, 2, 3 are still there, great, but I think it's because they have the sports. If you have the sports contracts, Sky and all that, you're all right, But a lot of these places all over the UK were going under because you could do it at home.
yeah,
And it became cards.
Mhm.
They weren't running up the stairs anymore with tapes. They're running up the stairs with a wee card. You just copy it across, and it's right in.
yeah,
You don't need to ingest it. And Avids, when you bring it in, make
Yeah.
their own media.
yeah,
You don't even need to do Avid change their way where it just references the media from the card
Yeah.
that's copied onto your drive. So things start changing very rapidly, and a lot of these places closed down, and all the editors that were in house, because I was doing a lot of freelance, which was great because you got the overflow. But all of a sudden, all these in-house editors were getting laid off,
Yeah.
and they're all going freelance, so the competition's even more. So that's when I went.
So I was going to say, were you actively still trying to make movies at this point?
No, at
and
that
still
point,
trying
that's
to
when I'm
direct
going to
it?
make my own work.
Yeah.
I'm going to make my own money. I'm just going to, take it on the chin, dish it out, make a film,
Yeah.
and that's how I'm going to make my own money.
Yeah.
And
Which we're still waiting to make, by the way.
Right.
And is that the sort of genesis of Shiver Me Timbers? Or?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Our first film. But what's been great about the first film is you make all the mistakes on your first film.
Yeah.
And it's not mistakes in the filmmaking, it's usually mistakes with getting it out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we learned that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, you think like the hardest thing to do is going to be finishing this film, and then you finish it and realize actually no.
No, it's
the
getting
hard-
sales
hardest thing is getting
agents,
seen,
and distributors and all
Yeah.
that. But we made a huge dent because it was Popeye.
Yeah.
I knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where did the idea come from to?
Well, I like
to-
Popeye. I've always been
yeah.
a big Popeye fan.
Yeah.
I always put it down to the fact that the reason that nobody's ever done a new Popeye film is, let's be honest, he was kind of like an angry drunk. He was smacking people around. That was his thing. And he was a drinker as well.
Yeah.
So it kind of didn't age well.
The spinach was obviously just like an allegory for,
Yeah. So
cocaine.
so I think.
Well, I mean, Robin Williams did play him after all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, the set of Popeye was absolutely littered with cocaine.
Oh, of course.
Well,
yeah.
the set still exists.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if you go to Guatemala and just before the Gozo ferry, there's a whole little village, and the Maltese have just left it because they're like, well, why not?
It looks pretty crap.
Yeah,
This
that
thing
was
costs-
pretty clever. We didn't go, but
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it costs quite a bit of money to go there.
How does it? I've just seen the signs and
great
thought,
enough.
I'm not going to bother.
I mean,
Yeah.
I wanted to go there, but then I was just like, that much, and it
Right.
looks like that. It's like,
Yeah, but worth it for all the cocaine, I suppose.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
sunken
In fact, when they
cocaine.
made that
Feel
film,
like we're a
it was-
dustbuster.
It's a big director. I forget his name. Great director, did it as well. But they didn't even have the Popeye arms when they started filming,
Right.
which is why he's got the long sleeves and stuff. So.
Yeah.
But most movie stuff, when you see it off camera,
Yeah.
looks pretty shit. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Mhm.
But so Popeye, I decided. I mean, I was watching what was happening with the public domain
Yeah.
stuff. Let's be honest, it was Winnie the Pooh that started it all.
Yeah.
Those guys kickstarted it. And I was like, they had all like the Winnie the Pooh and like what's his name again? The puppet, Pinocchio.
Right.
And I saw where they were going.
Yeah.
They had all that wrapped up, so and hard to compete with
Mhm.
because they'd established, and that film did really well.
Yeah.
And the second one was really good, by the way. Did you see the Winnie the Pooh 2?
No.
I haven't seen
fantastic.
Blood and Honey either.
The third one that they're doing right now looks amazing.
Right.
Um,
There's a Pinocchio coming out that looks
theirs too.
quite,
it's part of their universe,
yeah.
like Avengers universe.
Ah.
It's all the same guys. So they had that all wrapped
If he
up.
tells lies, is it his nose that still gets bigger?
But so I was like, there's no point trying to do a public domain one of them
Mhm.
because these guys have got it.
Yeah.
Right.
But then I thought, Popeye, it's a whole different universe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Betty Boop, Popeye,
Mhm.
and all that. So I thought, we'll do Popeye.
Mhm.
And that's what we did.
Yeah.
And did you think it's kind of got a built-in audience, or you're going to get an audience of sort of just the intrigue alone from it being?
Intrigue.
Yeah.
Because Popeye's kind of, kids, you talk to a 20-year-old today,
Yeah.
they don't really even know who Popeye is. He's not been on our telly since we were kids,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So, intrigue. And it had legs,
Yeah.
and you weren't stepping on other people like those guys' toes
Yeah.
because they've got it covered. They've already got the built audience.
So had your cast heard of Popeye?
Yes, but I mean, they're like Amy, who played Olive Oil. Her parents were
Yeah.
they're like my age.
Yeah.
So,
So they knew the score.
yeah, they knew what was up with Popeye and all that.
Yeah.
So our next film when we get to it is Popeye Betty Boop. There's
Right.
already been a Betty Boop because she fell out of
Right.
copyright this year.
Okay.
But we have an ace up our sleeves
Okay.
for the next one,
Okay.
which I'll tell you.
Oh, what?
Want me to-
Here on the podcast?
Hi.
Exclusive.
Well, it's not exclusive because we already did a trailer
Right.
All right.
for Popeye's the second one to raise the money and everything. So we're using Tarzan.
Ah.
Now, I could not work out why Tarzan has not been done because he fell out of, even in America,
Mhm.
Yeah.
fell out of copyright
Mhm.
like 10 years ago.
Wait, I think I might have seen a thing online. Why?
Yes, it's very obvious why.
Go on then, enlighten us.
You can't put a black actor as the main cast. for
No.
Tarzan.
No, because they just did a Tarzan film 10 years ago with
Is that the Skarsgård?
Skarsgård, aye.
Yeah.
and Jane was Margot Robbie.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, why has nobody done Tarzan? It turns out because these guys, the Burroughs estate, who own Tarzan,
Yeah.
are still very proactive.
Right.
And they'll shut down anybody, especially a horror film,
Yeah.
that does a film called Tarzan.
Yeah.
Even if it's
So they've got
King
the
of the Jungle
trademark
or
on the
Horror
name.
of the Jungle or,
Yeah.
whatever. They're just going to, and they have.
Yeah.
I think it's got a lot to do with the fact that they're actually race swapping main characters and stuff, and it ruins the stories.
Right,
Is this a part we're going to have to cut out?
Sorry,
I didn't know about any of this.
you can't race swap Tarzan because you don't want a black man swinging through trees on a Disney film.
Well, our guy's a
Yes,
I
we're going to have to
don't
cut
want
out.
to get race or anything, but our guy's a white guy. Much like Tarzan,
Yeah.
the Tarzan films. But it was because they're very, Tarzan's still very current.
Because he wrote, he did the King Solomon's Mines and stuff like that. Did he not do
Aye.
thingy John Carter of Mars as well?
Yes,
Those,
and Tarzan, they did a Disney Tarzan, didn't they? Like a cartoon,
Mhm.
like an
Yeah.
animation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've done the one with the Skarsgårds.
And Brendan Fraser as well. Is that right?
That
Or
was
am I-
George of the
Yeah,
Jungle.
George of the
Yeah.
Jungle.
completely different.
yeah.
That's a fuck's sake.
Great theme tune though.
So our get around
Right.
was our film isn't called Tarzan. Our film's called Shiver Me Timbers 2. You
But,
get what I mean?
but can your character be called Tarzan in it?
Well, his
If you
character was
watch-
called Popeye.
But no, actually, if you watch the first Popeye film,
Yeah.
sorry, Shiver Me Timbers,
Yeah.
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 never once
Yeah.
is he called Popeye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than the credits.
Other than the credits,
Yeah.
which they can't shut you down for.
Okay.
Right. So you
Because-
can have it.
Well,
in
the
text.
Popeye Doyle,
Yeah.
French Connection,
Aye,
Yeah.
okay.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Popeye.
Yeah.
So we had a lawyer tell us all this. It does turn out though, as I told you, these other two films came out with Popeye, and the guys
Yeah.
who own
They
Popeye
just went
King's
for it.
Features just never
Yeah.
Yeah.
threw it up in there like
Yeah.
fuck it, So, but if we were to do a film called Tarzan,
Yeah.
they'd shut us down. So in our sequel, he's a mafia don's long lost kid because our film's basically Goodfellas meets Popeye meets Tarzan. It's all in the haze. So it's a long
I'm
lost
so
mafia
down
don.
for
Sold.
Okay. I can hook you up with a car if you want that used to belong to Michael Francesi,
Okay.
the real mafia don. He keeps on finding bullet shells in the boot.
So,
Yeah, he's local and
Yeah.
he loves to. Get
well, we
his
haven't
car.
got to it yet.
Right.
We haven't. We're still trying to get the money all together because when I wrote it, I don't want to do the same film again,
Mhm.
same level.
Yeah.
You got to step up.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Otherwise, the audience feels cheated.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a step up already, though.
Yeah. So we've got and Betty Boop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, olive oil. At the end of the film, remember, his
Yeah.
body's gone.
Uh-huh.
The guy's on the radio.
I
Going,
can't imagine Betty Boop human looking. I could just imagine still like the massive head.
Well,
like-
they've made a couple of Betty Boop horror films already.
Right.
And one of them's got like a big balloon head.
Right.
And the other one's the girl from, she's a friend of mine she had friended me on, she's in one of the VHS films.
All right. Yeah.
You've seen
yeah.
those?
Yeah.
Remember the one that seduces the guy in the bedroom?
Yeah.
She turns into like a monster?
That was probably my favourite one, I think.
Like,
Yeah.
is that like the very, very, very first one?
Yes.
Succubus
And
one.
she's, yeah,
That's scary, isn't
Scary,
it?
yeah.
and she's got massive eyes
Yeah,
on her.
yeah, yeah.
So she's playing Betty Boop in a
Right.
film.
With no makeup.
yeah, Betty Boop's Revenge or something.
Right.
Betty's Revenge,
Uh-huh.
which is already out. So our
Well, these guys are fast, aren't they?
well, it's
They're on-
ITN who
Yeah.
did all the Winnie
Okay,
the Pooh.
yeah.
They just
Right.
machine. And the guys, but they shot that one in America. So basically, our film, Olive Oil travels to New York to avenge her brother's death and all
Mm.
that. And she hears about the killings in New York, and all these mafia don guys that are working the back alley selling drugs are getting, all the tracksuit guys, the guys that work for the boss,
Yeah.
are getting knocked out by Popeye.
Uh-huh.
So she travels to the club to try and work and bonds with the mafia don, his
Yeah.
nightclub singer. Betty Boop. And then into the second story, the subplot
Mhm.
is this nun and a
Yeah.
priest who are like out doing, the things that these guys do in all those parts of the world.
Missionary work.
Missionary work.
Yeah.
I was
Fine.
going to say something else
Yeah.
the priests do.
Missionary position.
finds his long lost son and bring him back.
It
He's feral.
seemed like a good guy.
He's feral and he escapes from his
Yeah,
cage in the
yeah.
bottom of the club
Yeah.
and gets his hands on Popeye's pipe. Of course, when he smokes the meteor,
magic rock,
he
yeah.
turns into like a
That
ghost
was
monster.
absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
That
No,
was
don't
crazy.
spoil it for
Yes,
for people
yeah.
are going to watch, but yeah.
Well, it's been seen. It's been out a year
Yeah,
already. There's no
yeah.
real spoilers, but
Oh, well, I think we have to talk about that. But
yeah.
is it just me, or does Popeye's pipe get bigger as the film goes on?
Well, no, it's the one pipe.
Was it a bone?
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
He takes the bone from the boy.
right.
You don't see him do it
Yeah.
because of budgets. You know what's up.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, so when you started making that film, did you just go gung ho with it with your own money? Did you raise
Hi, it's
finances?
me, my producer Ali, and my other producer Keith. The three of us financed it,
Mhm.
and Keith has an industrial estate in Uphall,
Mhm.
West Lothian, which had a big tent and everything, which looked really cool, which we used in the movie.
Yeah.
And also, there's a giant forest hill right off the side of it,
Yeah.
so we could run power up the hill
Right. Yeah.
for all the stuff
For the
things
fog and stuff
for-
like that.
Well,
yeah.
also for all the campsite and everything.
Yeah. Well, I remember when I was watching it, I very quickly thought, like, there's a lot of night shooting here and
It was
a lot
brutal,
of
man.
lights. And yeah, like, you did
It
not make
was-
life easy for yourself.
No, we did, and we thought it would be easy because the industrial estate was right next.
Uh-huh.
There was a path and then the hill. But running up and down that hill with the lights every
Yeah.
night
Yeah.
was brutal. You couldn't leave them up there because it's public. It's Scotland. There's no
Yeah.
trespassing.
Yeah.
So, dog walkers and all that, So it was brutal.
I should start from the start, really, but just while I remember, because my mind is so scatty. The guy in the wheelchair,
Stephen,
what? I've totally seen him in something else.
he's in tons of Scottish stuff.
Right.
He's in a lot of the other studio out in Fife, Hex Studios and all
Ah, okay, okay.
that.
That'll be it.
Hammockist,
Yeah.
Laurie.
Yeah,
He's in a lot of Laurie's films.
right, okay.
I thought your casting was brilliant, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Like, there's so many, and I said this to the guys earlier on when the two detectives appeared at the end. I was like,
my mate.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
I-
Ali,
I
the
was-
producer.
Yeah.
I was like, immediately like these guys, and I hit the X-ray because I was watching it on Amazon. So I hit X-ray. I thought, I wonder if I've seen these guys now. And then I saw your name. I'm like, oh, fucking, it's the director.
Well, that wasn't intentional. That was budget. We're going to pay another two actors to come in for the day.
Yeah.
Or should we just throw in some clothes and do Miami Vice?
Yeah, no, it was absolutely perfect. It was just tone perfect. But I mean, the casting for like your old Popeye and the casting for the
Aye.
you know,
We brought that guy up from
so
England.
good.
I have to ask about your Popeye.
Which one?
There's pre-transformation
Yeah.
Right.
and then after the
Okay.
transformation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that his natural physique or is it a bodysuit?
That's him. Big
That-
Tony.
That is.
Big dude, like
Yeah, because I was like, it looked
I thought
like
you
one
were
of those
going to be
big-
interested in that.
Yeah, I know. I was watching it thinking I was
There was
going to want
Steve's
his
gonna
number.
want to steal him for his next film.
He's
Yeah.
my, I forget his name now. I'm having a mind for it. What's his name again that does Jason?
J-
Stuntman.
Kane Hodder?
Yeah, he's Mark Kane Hodder.
Yeah.
You know, he's trying to work with all the other Hodder guys because
Right.
he's huge.
Yeah,
Like, is he tall as well?
He's tall too. He's over
Right.
6 foot.
Right.
Wow.
okay.
I mean, I don't think he's 7 foot, but he's a good height.
Yeah.
If you go onto our Instagram,
Yeah.
there's pictures of him standing next to me and
Yeah.
Ali. Ali's
Yeah.
over 6 foot. The
Mhm.
producer that played the other
yeah.
police, so he's a big guy.
Yeah.
I couldn't find anybody,
Yeah.
Mm.
and I was
And
going
no
on-
tattoos either.
No, it's perfect. He actually does. Yeah, there's
Oh,
one.
does he?
We covered it.
I think he's allowed to have tattoos though. He's the fucking
He's-
sailor.
Yeah, but we covered it because we didn't want it to take away from the Popeye character.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's a massive guy. He's one of the nicest guys in the world, and he's Glasgow based.
Right.
Is
He
he?
used to be a competitive bodybuilder.
Right. Okay.
So, and he's just like, you couldn't ask for like a more. It's all these big guys that look monstrous.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the nicest guys in the world. You know
Yeah.
what I mean,
How did you find everybody else then? What was your
so I
casting
did
process?
ads.
Right.
You know, I did the usual Mandy, you know, backstage,
Mm-hmm.
Star Now. They're all connected actually. You know, and I just put ads out, and I found Ross, who plays Trent, the boyfriend that gets killed in the tent,
Yeah.
on there, and
What
he's
a
from
scene.
Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I see.
Well, because to come back to your acting, like for viewers that haven't seen it, the film starts off well and portrays that it is in America the whole
The
time.
whole film takes place in Edinburgh.
So
Sorry, in a Northern
California,
California.
yeah. But it's like stock footage at the beginning, I take
Yeah,
it, to
yeah,
sort
yeah.
of set the scene.
Yeah, the overhead, the drone shots,
Yeah,
stock. But
And then, so therefore, all your cast, your actors are all
Local.
putting on the accent.
all
yeah.
of them
They're-
bar
they're-
one.
Right, okay.
So-
they're pretty. I
Yeah,
mean,
they're good.
yeah,
they are
good.
good.
Well, what I did was, I had trouble finding 3 of the cast,
Mhm.
and that was the pre-transformation Popeye,
Right,
after transformation Popeye,
yeah.
and I had tons of guys to play Castor Oil, Hall's brother, who, by the way, because I get a lot of stick in the reviews, you know, a lot of hate. Why did he call him Castor? That's so stupid. The original comics, their
Yeah.
brother's called Castor Oil.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
yeah, in the actual comic books, the ones that fell in copyright.
Yeah.
So that's why.
That's fair enough, yeah.
It wasn't a nod
And
to,
it's funny.
to Face Off.
No.
Castor Troy.
You know, so
I'm with you there. Aye.
you know, so but I wanted. So I found I was just going through because the guys that were applying for the part of Old Man Popeye were just old guys.
Yeah.
Look like you could, and I was like, it'd be great to get someone that looked a bit like Popeye, we imagine.
Yeah.
And then I went on to those websites and found David, who played Old Man Popeye. We brought him up from down south.
Yeah.
Celinda, who was also part of the comic books, Scylla, the redhead,
Right, okay.
she's an actual character. And I was getting and Leona, who plays Lizzie. Lizzie's an actual character. They're all named after.
Oh, right.
Right,
okay.
okay.
So
Did you
Lizzie.
not have a Goon then? Remember Goon from the cartoons?
I
don't
wanted
remember
Pluto,
Popeye.
but he's not out of a copyright there.
Right.
I wanted him. Obviously, he'd be great, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
So-
He'd be like the Hulk.
So he was,
You know.
so he was introduced later on. And,
Yeah, he's still a
yeah.
couple of years before you can use that character.
Right. Okay.
So
Is
Get
there
ready.
anything to stop someone, a filmmaker,
Making it now and
making a
then
film
leaving it.
and then waiting as soon as the copyright drops?
well, I'll say about that in a minute.
All right, okay.
So I cast them all through those casting websites. Lizzie came from down towards Leeds. You know, putting on, you know, the really pretty sort of cheerleader girl that does the dance.
Mhm.
Scylla, she came from Liverpool. They just did these audition tapes.
Yeah.
And they wanted to
Because they
part.
all had American accents. I just
Yeah.
thought they're probably all from Edinburgh.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So-
like
St.
that
Andrews,
pseudo Edinburgh American accent. Yeah.
The actor I went after was Castor Brendan. He was American. He's from the East Coast.
Right.
Right.
And the reason I wanted one American was it sets a level.
Yeah.
So you can hear, because if they start dropping,
Yeah.
you're not going to notice.
Yeah. He'll keep them right.
So
Yeah.
which character was
Castor
American?
Oil, the brother.
Right, okay.
dipped in
Because I wouldn't
acid.
have been able to pick out who was the real American.
Yeah.
What was funny is he's been here like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And every now and then he turns around
He's starting to get a Scottish
and
level.
you,
isn't he?
you throw out a word, you go, dude, you can't say that. This sounds so Scottish.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Yeah.
You know, so he was like the,
He was the one you had to pick up on his accent.
yeah, you know, so he was the bar.
Yeah.
But they all did pretty reasonable,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
you know, American accents. And the other actor that came from England, Paul, who played the homeless guy, Meteors, the Harbinger, you know, that's always in every horror film.
Yeah. He looked familiar, that guy.
He's done a lot of films
Yeah.
as well down south. So the rest of them were all local,
Right.
Uh-huh.
you know, and Amy came from Fife. She's somewhere around here.
Okay.
Okay.
What was great, you know, I gave up on trying to find olive oil, man. I was struggling. I knew I wanted like a Susie and the Banshees type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know. And then I suddenly, after I actually hired someone who was pretty cool for it, and she was from down south too. And then when I gave her the full script, because up until that point they'd only had, and there was an NDA
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't want anyone stealing her ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I gave her the full script after hiring her, she was like, calls me up and she goes, "What's this? You know, the baseball bat and all that."
Mhm.
And there was a sex. Well, it's not really a sex scene. You don't see much. And she's like, "Oh, I don't know about this."
Classic.
And I'm like, "It's a horror movie."
Yeah.
And she's like, "This is really bloody and gory." I'm like, "It's a horror movie." And then I realized I just hired her literally a week, and she started being problematic.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't use her.
Yeah.
She's just going to be a nightmare. I'm back to square one.
Uh-huh.
So.
And how long was this before shooting?
Oh, I still had a good 4 or 5 weeks,
Okay.
Yeah.
but I didn't know what to do, and contracts were signed and everything. So it was difficult. It was difficult.
Yeah.
So I said, "Hey, I've made a few changes to the script," and I put in nudity and everything. Sent her the new script, and she wanted out. And I said, "No problem." All right.
Double down. Yeah.
Then, as if by magic, a late comer, because it'd been in the magazines,
Mm-hmm.
came in, and there was this girl, and she had a short film, and she was all goth and screaming.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is the girl. It
Perfect.
was Amy.
Yeah.
And so I got Amy over the house, and she's just Amy. She's just goth chick. I'm like, "Yeah, you're it." And I signed her immediately, and that's how we got the cast.
Perfect.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine someone who wasn't totally comfortable with gore playing the role based on what she ends up doing.
I got pictures of her like 3 days after the shoot. She's bright red.
Yeah.
Just like
Because the skin. Yeah.
because of the stain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we covered her in blood.
Yeah.
We covered her in blood.
So I've devised a slight true or false, yes or no
Okay.
question type thing about the movie.
Okay.
If you'd like to
Absolutely.
take part, it's basically tips of the hat, nods to other movies.
See if you missed any.
I don't know. I probably missed loads.
There's tons, and it was deliberate.
Yeah.
I can think of one, but
I'll tell
Yeah,
you
no,
why.
I've seen a few.
Before you
eh?
give me the quiz, I'll tell you why I did it. And I put some harder ones in there. It's because I wanted people to talk about it, and then go, "I didn't see that."
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
They go back and watch it
yeah,
again.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or other
Actually,
people's-
there was with Dick Dynamite. There was talk of doing similar, but doing a bingo or a drinking game.
Oh,
Anytime
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a
Reference or an homage.
the
yeah.
drinking game's a real thing because I've got reviews, and people go and we have a drink every time they
I saw
reference-
people referencing the Popeye trifecta and watching all three of them. And
Well, I'll be honest, it's a low budget film. We shot the whole thing in 10 days.
Oh wow.
All night shoots except for one day.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were fucked, like me and Ali, because we were the first ones there.
Yeah.
And we're the last to leave,
Yeah.
So we were doing like 18-hour days, me and him. And it was brutal.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was the moment we finished shooting, I went down sick
Yeah.
Yeah.
for like, I was probably already sick, just didn't know it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for like a week of the flu or whatever.
Yeah,
it
you're
was.
just running on fumes,
Yeah.
and your immune system just
Yeah.
Yeah.
gets killed.
But I wanted a week off anyway before I started doing the editing and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And then to answer your question, we got the wrong information from the lawyer that we hired. And we shot the film in 23 because the copyright dropped on January 17th, 24. But under American law, it doesn't mean you can use it till the end
Yeah.
of that year.
Oh really?
Right, okay.
Right.
So you have to wait till January 1st, 25
Right.
for
Okay.
anything that dropped
Yeah.
within that year. So we sat on that film.
Right.
Man. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
For a year, we couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, 2 other films got
I
made
was
in
going
that.
to say, right.
Yeah.
And did they all get released in the same year as well, 2025?
Aye, 3 of us
1st of
got released
January.
all round about the same. One of them released.
Are you in touch with any of those guys? The other people?
No, the only person I keep in touch with is the director of Screamboat,
Right.
because our films are very similar.
Mm-hmm.
The other films and a lot of these public are like hardcore horror, like no comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
brutal,
Yeah.
Did you see Pan's Neverland Nightmare? I mean, it's
No.
drugs and heroin. And it's a good movie.
Yeah.
but it's a
class.
proper horror. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? The only one that's comedy horror is Screambo, where
Yeah.
he's having a laugh.
Yeah. Right, should we do this quiz? Yes or no
Yes.
for references.
Go for it.
Gremlins.
I did not reference that.
Okay. Aliens.
Yeah.
Oh, a bunch of references. Two.
Yeah, big
Two.
obvious one at the end, I believe.
But there's another one in there too.
Oh, was there two? Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I only picked up in the Get Away From Her, was it? And then Prick instead of Bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one is the boat that old man Popeye's in. It's called the Sulaco.
Is it?
It's on the side of the boat.
Oh, no way.
So-
Did
Nice
not
touch.
notice that.
I'm gonna have to watch it again.
Okay. The Omen.
No.
No.
What did you see that was an Omen reference?
Some of them are true or false. Yes and no.
okay,
some
okay,
of them,
okay,
some of
okay.
them, some of these are red herrings.
I misunderstood.
Yeah. Ferris Bueller.
Yes.
Yeah.
He actually quotes Ferris Bueller.
Well, it's,
Yeah.
in, it's in the credits as well.
Yeah.
isn't
We
it?
had to.
Yeah.
You have to do that for these things. It's
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah.
Heartbreak Ridge.
No.
Oh, it must be just my imagination.
Tell me what it was.
Rip your head off and shit down your neck.
That's actually Stallone. He says that in a couple of movies. He says that. I think he does it in maybe Tango and Cash or something.
Right.
And Heartbreak Ridge. Now that you said that,
Yeah.
it's an 80s reference
Yeah.
to a lot of films. But
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me, it was Stallone. But you know what? I want to put that in my little cheat
Yeah,
sheet.
there
Like
we go.
that's deliberate.
I meant that.
yeah.
Starship Troopers.
No.
Maybe
What
that's just me again.
What did you see?
Which one was it?
The guy in the wheelchair with no legs and like made the army made
Like
me the man
arms.
I am today.
Actually, you know what? That's a great reference. And it wasn't deliberate, but I probably
From now on, it is gonna be-
subconsciously-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does that because he's in the wheelchair when they're signing up.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Krull.
No, definitely.
No, that's another red herring in my
Okay,
parts. Yes or no? Yeah. Evil Dead.
Oh yeah, well, there's a bunch.
Yeah. I mean, I noticed two.
Yeah.
And Night of the Living Dead. Or is it Return of the Living Dead? Sorry.
Which one was it?
Tarman.
Okay,
Is that Return of the Living Dead?
that is Return of the Living Dead, Tarman. But that isn't the reference. It just so happens our guy.
Luke,
And that's probably just because of my subconscious
Yeah.
thinking the melted guy
Yeah.
coming out of a can. Yes, very much so. But the phone number at the end,
Uh-huh.
when the DJs are talking to each other, if you have any stories you want to call in,
Right.
that's the phone number on the side of the canisters from Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
He's like,
Nice.
RoboCop.
Yeah, I would have said
I thought it
RoboCop
was
as
about-
well.
yeah.
which one's that?
The toxic waste.
Yeah, just the toxic waste.
No, that was more Return of the Living Dead.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
And the phone number on the side of the
Yeah.
canisters
Yeah.
is the phone number that they reference. It's exactly the same phone number.
Yeah.
But you missed a bunch, man.
Okay, hit
Well,
us.
no, go.
Let's hear it.
So I'll be right back.
The original line of the Terminator.
Scream.
Screaming.
I'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
All right. So that's when he comes wheeling out. Wes and Bruce, the two phone callers.
Okay.
At the end, Wes Craven.
Wes Craven,
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell, yeah.
Groovy. That's
Yeah,
it.
the
groovy,
yeah, the groovy bit.
Texas Chainsaw at the beginning, all the camera flashes. It's an exact copy
Yeah,
of-
yeah. The
Right.
sound as well.
Yeah, ka-ching.
Yeah.
All right.
Ka-ching. It's been a while. There's also the quote from Ferris Bueller. There's the quote from The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Right.
In that
I only know that because I saw it in the credits as well.
Yeah.
Just the smell. Sometimes you got to slow down, smell.
Yeah.
And there's a quote from The Breakfast Club,
Yeah.
which is, I can't remember it right now. It's been so long. But that's an actual quote.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why it's referenced.
Mhm.
Alien, Sulaco. There's a sort of, when he comes crawling out of the muck and he looks there and he goes, "Baby, I'll find you."
Yeah. I wondered what that was.
Yeah.
Not Last of the Mohicans.
No, Walking Dead, where Glenn gets baseball bat and his eye pops out.
Oh.
He looks over at his wife and goes, "Baby,
Oh.
I'll find you."
That scene.
There was that. There was the phone number, Bruce. I'm missing a whole bunch myself.
Right.
Speaking of the crawling, I loved when it kept cutting back to the character crawling along the ground, calling out.
Oh yeah, that's
Just-
ridiculous. That's meant to be.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
loved
that's
it.
then what was the other ones?
There's something about seeing someone in distress, but when it's just prolonged, like
They're movie buffs. You know, so they reference Critters.
Yeah.
They talk about all the movies.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna have to turn my phone on because I've got cheat sheet because I gave it to Amy.
Right.
She keeps getting interviewed,
Yeah.
Right.
and everybody keeps asking about the references.
Yeah.
Aliens, Evil Dead,
Mhm.
Scream. I don't know. I'll find them. I'm
Yeah.
turn my phone up for you guys just to.
Okay.
Just to get the
If you get signal,
No, I've got it as a file somewhere.
This is pretty. Was there was a Stephen King thing in there, wasn't there? But I can't remember which one. I'm not sure if it was a short story type thing.
No,
that,
no, definitely.
no.
No, they're definitely no
Okay.
Stephen King.
Yeah.
There's Return. There's another one, which was kind of a little nod to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy,
Ah,
Oh, okay.
which is the meteor
right.
when it lands in his pipe.
Uh-huh.
Uh huh.
You know, it's tiny. You think
Yeah,
it's,
yeah,
you think it's this big
Yeah.
Yeah.
planet-crushing meteor,
Yeah.
and it's this size. You know, lands in
Yeah.
his pipe, which is kind of nod to remember the aliens that were coming. to kill him,
Vogons.
and the dog eats them or pisses on them.
Oh,
I think
That
it's
was,
been
that was one of my favourite parts of the film. Yeah.
They're tiny. I think it's
There's a bit of that in there.
yeah. Okay, but let me see if I've got
Mhm.
my cheat sheet.
yeah.
I'm wondering, did Kirkcaldy make an appearance in the film?
I
Where-
thought I saw Kirkcaldy.
Where was the beach scene filmed?
So that was Long Victory.
Other side.
Yeah,
right?
so
you were looking,
Kirkcaldy-
so you
you
could
were
see
looking
it
at Kirkcaldy.
Yes.
and you could
Aye.
see the flats at Ravenswood.
So if you look carefully enough, it's meant to be Northern California. That was deliberate because I lived in California and I didn't want to do it in a part of America that didn't look like the UK.
Mhm.
If you actually go way up to Northern California, it kind of looks like the UK.
Yeah.
So the terrain. So I just said it in Northern California.
Yeah.
I mean, like, to do that, was it to make it non-Scottish and more international appeal? I take it.
We wanted it for the money's in America
Right.
Yeah.
and Popeye's an American character.
Yeah.
So we want to stick to all that.
Yeah,
So-
I felt like it was
Oh.
because the that genre, the genre of American teens like Friday the 13th and stuff.
yeah,
like
it's
that.
an American. You know, you're making it for that audience, and Popeye's American.
Yeah.
The actual character,
Mm.
the license plate on the car, it's the same license plate from Nightmare on Elm Street.
Is it?
Ah,
I was going to ask about the car
Yeah,
actually.
the car was nice.
Yeah.
Well, it was. You know, I put it on that car. You know, we had it made, stuck on the car, so that's the same number of the car that Johnny Depp and all that's driving.
Right.
It's exactly the same.
Wow.
So I've got my phone up. Let me see if I can find it. Have you got any others that you picked up on?
I can't think.
Mannequin, I thought. That's the
Mannequin?
one that I mentioned earlier.
That's a
I,
deep
I was
cut.
just, I was just asking you for red herrings. It was like names on random films, just for the yes or no. Funnily enough, one of them that you said was RoboCop. So I was like, oh.
See if I can get a signal, and then
We should probably
Jeez.
tell the viewers at home the premise of the film as well. We've been going around spoiling scenes without kind of saying.
well,
what the-
basically, it's these kids. They go out camping because it's the night of Halley's Comet. And
Night of the Comet.
no, that was just
That
only-
wasn't a reference.
that wasn't a reference. So basically, I did it in 1986 because that's when Halley Comet
Ah,
was
okay.
last seen,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's an 80s film. And I needed
You'll
some-
not remember that, Sandy.
and I needed something to turn Popeye into a monster.
Yeah.
So the comet,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I thought it was going to be toxic spinach or something.
yeah. So, well, see, that was the other thing. We asked the lawyer about that, and he goes, "Spinach didn't make an appearance." Oh,
Yeah.
because it's good stuff.
Yeah.
Spinach didn't make an appearance till 2 years later,
Yeah.
2 or 3 years.
So
Actually,
stay away from the spinach.
way later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, "So I don't know,
Uh-huh.
you know, if they want to shut you down."
What about the other two movies? Do they reference
One of them
spinach?
does.
Right.
So the British one, Popeye's Revenge, they don't use spinach either because
Yeah.
they were thinking like, but the American one,
Probably the same lawyer.
yeah, the American one was like, this takes place in a spinach factory, you know, with contaminated spinach. So we were like,
See how my brain works.
yeah,
You're gonna
we could have done all this
Yeah.
because the Popeye people didn't go after anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we could have done it, but then
Fucking just get Bluto in the next film.
yeah, Gravitas, who distributed our movie, they were they had the Mousetrap.
Mhm.
Sorry, it's called Mousetrap, but it was originally called Mickey's Mousetrap. And then, of course, Disney came after them. There's a big disclaimer and all that, and made them change everything. So they were, you know, we didn't want to go to them with a chance. There's a chance they might not. They're like, we've already been through it. You know what I mean? So we went back to the comics. I have all the original
Mhm.
news strips. It was a news strip. And Popeye, before spinach, got his powers from paying this cockerel rooster thing called Bernice.
I wondered what the Bernice thing was. Right,
So in the
okay.
original comics, Castor Oil hires this sailor called Popeye to find this magical rooster that has powers, that gives you powers, like Superman
Bananas.
powers.
Yeah.
And of course,
Bananas.
Popeye falls in love with Castor's sister, Olive Oil.
Mhm.
Right.
Popeye was a secondary character
Huh.
who became super popular
Yeah.
Yeah.
and became his own.
So was Castor the main character then?
Yeah, so he ended up becoming the whole thing. So we decided to make the saw called Bernice because we knew we could get away with it. And if you look carefully, it's got a rooster painted on it and all that.
Right.
And that's Bernice.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Man, there is layers to this.
I know.
Yeah,
Steep.
because a big thing I wanted to touch on was all the special effects and also the saw.
Right, so the saw was, I kept saying, remember in Mandy,
Oh yeah,
he comes
Love
out with that
Mandy.
giant saw.
Yeah,
So how can we top that? But we can't do an even longer chainsaw.
yeah,
It's been done and it's been done well.
yeah,
Let's do a buzz saw, you know,
Yeah.
a round circular saw,
yeah.
and let's make it bigger than Amy.
But
was
did you have
suspended.
some sort of crane to hold up?
So
It
we
was
hired
that
this
big.
really talented kid who's like brand new to the industry, as a production designer, Harrison, to build the saw, and he built the backpack and everything to power it and all that. But it was super heavy because he didn't do it using polyfoam or anything.
Yeah.
He got metal parts and
Right.
parts of gas tanks and
Yeah.
you know and wood, you know, and everything.
Yeah,
So it was all heavy.
yeah,
Yeah.
And we put it on Amy. She literally nearly fell down. So we had a forklift truck off camera with the strings supporting the saw from it.
Right.
And the blade was replaced, as you saw.
Uh-huh.
You know, we replaced the blade with a CGI blade.
yeah.
And as far as the special effects, we couldn't afford to do prosthetics every day
Yeah.
of the level that we wanted, you know. So we had another very talented artist who came in and did like a sort of zombie sort of,
Mm-hmm.
which allowed
So augmented onto.
Duncan to go in
Yeah.
and add to it.
Yeah.
And that was just, it was cheaper to do it that way,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
you know, and it would take 5-6 hours to do Tony like that every day.
So
Already
he
took him a
had a
couple.
prosthetic face already, and were you
He had
just
like a sort of,
with certain expressions?
it was just a thing that could be really well tracked and
Oh,
enhanced.
Yeah.
Forehead.
Because that was one
Right.
thing I was going to ask about. I thought it was a mask, and there was CGI blinking.
That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, it was a really good prosthetic
Yeah,
Yeah.
that did his cheeks
yeah.
and his forehead.
Yeah.
Didn't have the chin.
Right.
We added that layer.
Wow.
Yeah, because I'd noticed they had different expressions when he's got the pipe kind of hanging out and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I thought you had different, depending on the scene, you put a different mask on him.
Yeah, there was one guy that did all the CGI for all the Popeye and the blade. And he actually did a couple of scenes that are completely CGI
Mm-hmm.
with Amy, and you can tell,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I mean, you know, it was a low budget movie,
Yeah.
you know, so he did those scenes as well.
Yeah,
Yeah. That was a really good blend of practical and CG.
Yeah,
effects.
yeah. It was.
I was impressed with
There's
CGI.
even more. We had fire extinguishers full of blood,
Nice.
which Ryan Harrison, filled up, and he had a really talented artist girl called Charlie that would do all the rooster and the painting, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
they built the outhouse too, with a floating back wall
Uh-huh.
that we could take off, so I
Right.
could get a camera, and it's like the Shrek
Yeah.
outhouse. So he built that as well, and she painted it and everything. And then of course we had super soakers, you know, the super soakers you
Yeah,
buy,
yeah.
and then a fire extinguisher they kept filling and pressurizing.
Mhm.
So we had all that blood coming, especially
Yeah.
in the outhouse scene.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we added CGI even more. There's blood on the lens.
W-
Yeah.
would you divulge your recipe for fake blood?
Oh, I've got tons of them. Yeah, yeah.
Because a thing we always found was that an essential ingredient is from America only.
Or corn syrup.
yeah,
Corn.
corn-
Well, yeah.
yeah.
Well,
corn
that's
syrup.
that. Okay, so I learned my craft over there, and that was the go-to
Yeah.
because it's clear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So because you can color it to any color you want.
yeah,
Yeah.
So I thought about it, but you know that bloody syrup here, corn
Yeah.
syrup, is so expensive.
Yeah. It's quite expensive.
Yeah.
So we were buying big gallon for your, you know, those big gallon jug things like
Yeah.
petrol jugs of golden
Golden
syrup,
syrup, yeah.
Right.
right?
Yeah.
It just means you have to adjust your recipe
Yeah.
Okay.
as far as the color.
Yeah.
But I like that burgundy,
Yeah.
dark blood.
Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
dark
don't
skin.
want
Yeah,
pink
yeah,
blood.
Yeah.
Which Caro syrup would let you do.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
And we just adjusted the recipe. We just started
Okay.
food coloring.
Yeah.
Then we had different ones for different things. The stuff that was going in their faces,
Mhm.
I didn't put any. We use dishwashing liquid
Yeah.
into
I've
it
heard that.
to
Yeah.
make it
yeah.
make it drip right
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
beating. So we had that,
Yeah.
going crazy.
Yeah. See,
I did that for Dick Dynamite on the plane scene because you said to me, look, said, give me some blood, but some of these reenactors are going to wear like stuff that's, they don't want to get stained. And I was like, fuck. So I went out and I bought the Crayola washable paint and I bought
Yeah, it
the
works great.
fairy liquid that's like red because you get the
Yeah.
red washing up liquid. And I made this blood. And then about, I don't know, a month or something after that shoot, one of the guys came up to me and was like, couldn't get the stains out.
Yeah. Well, the fairy liquid's best for stopping staining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thing is, like, what I find is a lot of actual makeup people and effects people, they'll be like, right, and this happens, and then here's the blood, and it's like, oh, you can't use that. How not? It's the wrong kind of blood. What do you
we had
mean?
different bloods.
And it's like, I'm not bothered. How many people are going to be like, oh, well, it's a fresh wound, it'll be this colour,
No,
It's
I
just
don't care about
so,
colour.
Like, near does. So long as it looks minging on screen, that's all I care
All our
about.
bloods were the same color.
Yeah,
It was just how they were being used.
Yeah.
So we had a more watered down version
yeah,
that was going in the super soakers and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Then we had like thicker versions. Excuse me,
Yeah.
a bit of cough. And then we had syrup, talcum powder for the translucency.
hmm
right.
I use coffee whitener.
Same sort of thing. It gives
Yeah.
it that blood.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah.
Then for the stuff in the mouth, it was pretty much the same, but without the fairy liquid.
Yeah.
You don't want that going in people's
Yeah.
mouths.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had thicker blood, and my base wasn't golden syrup. It was Asda's.
Chocolate sauce.
Actually, it was Tesco. We had chocolate blood, tons of it.
Yeah.
So we had because Big Tony, when he was going to the gym, he couldn't drink his shakes anymore
Yeah.
because of the chocolate. His protein shakes.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, you put me right off my protein shakes because of it. So we also used. It all starts with a syrup,
Yeah.
but then we're putting the chocolate in. So once you've got your base ingredients, then you color it.
Yeah.
It's that simple,
Mhm.
So the chocolate was going in their mouths,
Yeah.
but then for the really gungy, like the stump, when she got the stump,
Uh-huh.
it was jam,
Mhm. All right. Okay.
blackcurrant jam with
Yeah.
black currants in it,
Yeah. Nice.
Mm.
Yeah.
with chocolate syrup,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then
Sounds delicious.
we were just using a spatula to put it on.
Yeah.
If I told you I did that, and it was one of the better effects
Yeah.
in the film when she puts that stump.
Yeah.
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 I went online to Amazon, and those fake arms you buy for Halloween.
Uh-huh.
Right.
The severed arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just basically cotton wool with a really bad fake hand
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a really bad fake stump.
Yeah.
I cut the stump off, took all the padding out,
Right.
put it over, gaffer taped her hand,
Mhm.
put that stump,
Yeah.
and gaffer taped it.
Yeah.
Then I went in with part of her costume over the. Then we just went in with all the different bloods
Yeah.
Yeah.
and on the top and
Yeah.
everything. And then we ran a tube, although you don't really see it so much in the
Mhm.
film. We ran a tube up the back of it that wasn't on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get a
And then we had
spray.
Hannah, the makeup artist. No, because there's no spray coming out of that. She's already lost her. Remember, it burned off.
Yeah. Yeah.
She puts in. You just can't really see much on camera. She was at the back with a vape
Ah,
Right.
Yeah, we made a lot of use of vapes as
Yeah,
well.
we did vapes too.
for the
Yeah.
smoke.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I looked on. We were just like, that's one of the best looking things in the film.
Yeah.
And our version of the Tar Man was done in a very similar
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
manner.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Base of the Tar Man suit, the base.
Have
Yeah.
you still got it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
was those morph costumes, the one that looks like muscle starcher.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's what we started with.
Right.
And we built onto it.
Ah, cool.
Nice.
So what's next then, Paul?
So we have Shiver Me Timbers 2 is written. It's a much bigger film,
Yeah.
and it costs way more. Even doing it with the techniques that we use
Mhm.
Yeah.
on our films, for these low budget films, it's still expensive.
Just quickly, did you self-distribute or did you sell?
Oh no,
the
we
first
got
one?
we Gravitas Ventures picked us up, and they're like the biggest like sort of lower massive distributor, you know, in America.
Yeah.
We couldn't believe it when they jumped on it. You know, we were like,
I've emailed them.
yeah, you know, they just jumped on it, and they put us through the ringer with the legals because of all the.
I could imagine. I mean, it's bad. Like it was bad enough with like Dynamite, and that didn't have any IP infringement, or there wasn't that aspect to it.
They made us. They also made us up our insurance just in case.
Yeah, did you have to get E&O?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, and they made us because it was Popeye. It's just because they had a bad experience, I reckon, with Mouse.
Yeah,
because it was called Mickey. None of these, if you look, all these Mickey Mouse horror films, none of them are called Mickey in the title. They've got the trademark. You know, what's funny is everything they made us do and change. We didn't have to because the other two Popeye films came out.
Right.
but then it made, like you said right at the beginning, that's what makes you go into the second film thinking, well, I now know.
Yeah.
Now I know what all the T's to cross and all the I's to
Exactly.
dot.
So we've got 3 films on the go. One I'm still working on writing. One's written. And there's Popeye sequels, Shiver Me Timbers 2. And you just you got to get the money. And we're not going to self-finance the next one. What's funny is one of our other films, which I don't want to tell too much about, has actually gained more traction than Shiver 2. I actually think, it's a terrible thing to say, with the exception of the Winnie the Pooh guys who are investing so much money into their IPs, because it's a universe they've created.
Yeah.
They've got Robert Englund voicing Cricket.
Yeah. He looks incredible as well.
Yeah, and the masks, they're pumping in serious, like at least I reckon 500,000 per film at least. But all the other people around them, I think with the exception of that little universe, the kind of public domain bubble, I think it may have burst. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like it was a thing.
Yeah, jumping on all these IPs.
Yeah. But there's like 15 Mickey Mouse films.
Right.
You know, now there's 3 Popeyes. Popeye's Revenge has knocked out another 2 sequels. They shot 3 sequels back to back.
Yeah.
Over a 3-week period. So I don't know if it's a step up or they're just doing more.
Yeah.
Betty's Revenge, which is their boobs out.
Yeah.
You know, but when you look at like all the ratings, good or bad, like on IMDb, you know, the number of ratings you have.
Yeah.
We were lucky. We've got like 2,700, 3,000 ratings on there, you know, which is huge.
Yeah.
So it's been seen a lot, you know. And the distributor spent a lot of money advertising it as well. You know, we got Fangoria Chainsaw Award nomination for our film.
Cool.
Screenboat won, which I was happy about.
That must have been a big moment, though, having grown up with the comic, the magazines. Well,
oh, it's great. I loved it. And they wrote about us and all that.
Yeah.
I was glad Screenboat won because the 5 films that were in that category, us and Screenboat were the only ones that were like humor, not taking ourselves seriously, having a laugh. So, you know, and it made me become friends with the director. We also have an escape room opening up in LA.
Right.
So these big escapade games with these massive escape rooms, and they contacted us and went, "We want to license your film because we own Shiver Me Timbers."
Yeah.
So we can do that. You know, us and Screenboat are the only ones that have merch.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like the Winnie the Pooh films and all the other Popeye films can't do a T-shirt with the word Popeye on it.
Yeah.
Because it might get confused with the real IP.
Yeah.
And that's a trademark issue.
Yeah.
We can. We own that IP, Shiver, as he owns Screenboat.
Yeah.
So Escapade Games are doing this. They're going to have an actor in Tony's role chasing you around the escape room, you know, and all that, which is great. Opens this year. I think there's a comic guys have been in touch with us as well to do a comic based on our, because we own the IP.
Yeah.
So Shiver 2, though, I budgeted out, man, and no matter what I did, it's expensive.
Yeah. You still going to be shooting in Scotland?
Oh, yeah.
And same Popeye actor?
Same cast. we're actually bringing back like Stephen, who played the wheelchair,
Yeah, yeah.
as a priest.
Okay.
You know, so some of the actors in different roles.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can tell you that little Leona, we want her back. She's the pretty girl that does the dance and gets killed. in the
Yeah,
tent.
yeah.
But there's a frumpy nun who's really ugly and old, who at the end of the film turns badass, and she does the whole rips the hat off and shakes her hair,
Yeah.
and she's like this stunning girl. So we're gonna bring her in for that. And then Neve, who played Scylla, well, she's the final girl. She survived,
Mm-hmm.
so she's back in a Q manner to, like like James Bond has Q with the gadgets.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So she's Amy's Q,
Right.
because we're gonna bring back, of course, we're gonna bring back Bernice.
Yeah.
yeah.
But this Bernice, that one was big. This one's got a blade that comes off the side and breathes. So we've written it all.
Yeah.
It's going to be a harder film to make. But in the meantime, we wrote another film that's a lot cheaper to make, and there's a special effects score extravaganza.
Uh-huh.
So we're focusing on that as well.
Yeah.
Because we can do that in the meantime
Yeah.
while we, and now we have the connections.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we know if, with the tax write-offs, if you base your films. So this is a Scottish film.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yeah. Set in Scotland.
Set in Scotland, Scottish folklore. But to appeal to that international market, we're going to take out some American tourists.
Excellent.
Yeah.
The
That'll go
best
down
way.
well with both markets.
Yeah. So, you just got to think.
Yeah.
You now understand, once you've done your first film,
Mhm.
how you have to think about the money
Yeah.
Yeah.
and do things just because of the money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Cool.
So, that's where we're at.
Yeah. And what sort of time frame do you think we're looking at for Shiver 2?
Whenever we get the money, where we get our rebates and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
We didn't
cool.
know about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just didn't know about that. I'm like
Yeah.
thinking, I'm watching all these other Scottish filmmakers getting their money back, and I'm like, you guys get your money back.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's those rebates,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we've learned all about all this now.
Yeah.
How to work with the BFI,
Mm-hmm.
So we're playing those cards.
Yeah.
Shiver 2 takes place in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Betty Boop, which is a whole, even though it's a pretty girl, she's not a monster. It's a whole makeup design.
Yeah.
There's Tarzan, so there's a makeup artist on Tarzan. There's a makeup artist on Popeye. Oh yeah, the other thing with the sequel with Popeye is we're going full practical.
Right. Okay.
We got a lot of,
Interesting. Yeah.
we got a lot of hate for using CGI.
Yeah.
A lot of hate.
Yeah.
They don't like it. So we're like, okay, we'll do them practical this time all the way.
Yeah.
That's more work and more money. So the only thing that will be CGI in the sequel is the blade, because you just can't take a blade to people
Yeah.
Yeah.
of that size.
Yeah.
So
And were you shooting Glasgow for New York, or?
we're shooting Glasgow from
Yeah.
New York, and most of it takes place in a big giant Goodfellas type style nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to get that.
Yeah.
The location for the last one was free, on the top of the hill,
Yeah.
and the wheelchair location
Yeah.
where he comes wheeling out was free
Yeah.
because Keith, one of the producers, he owned that.
Yeah.
Actually, what's funny is the Lieutenant Lang's memories in his wee thing talking to her.
Yeah.
That's a container.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it might have been.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so all that was free,
Mhm.
but the sequel takes place in a nightclub
Mhm.
Yeah.
with 2 prosthetic makeups, Tarzan and
A bit more comfortable for shooting though, rather than all the night shoots. On the
yeah,
beach.
that's another thing we took into consideration was we could shoot from day for night in a nightclub,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of scenes in the alleyway
Mm-hmm.
to the night, in the alleys,
Yeah.
the back alleys where you got the tracksuit guys,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the mobsters,
Yeah.
talking, and it's all stereotypes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tracksuits and still suits, but that all costs money.
Yeah.
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 So sometimes you think, what else can I do?
Mhm.
I had a couple of ideas, I've got a new idea every day.
Yeah. Yeah. You never know what it's like.
Um,
So, where can our viewers and listeners see the current movie?
It's on every platform, every single one. Apple, Prime, Rakuten, Virgin Shop, Sky Store, where you can rent it. And now it's been out a while, so it's a cheaper rental.
Mm-hmm.
or buy it, or you can watch it for free on Plex.
Okay.
But they pepper that stuff with
Oh, yeah,
adverts
yeah,
every.
yeah.
It's crazy.
You know,
I watched it on Prime. It's on Prime for subscribers at the moment.
yeah, is it on Prime for
Yeah.
subscribers?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was $1.99.
No, not for me anyway, unless it's a build that I'm.
You know,
And we'll include the links in the description
yeah. So,
as well.
but you can see it for free on Plex, but they interrupt you.
Mhm.
You know, it sucks. I mean, that's great that happens. Because in America, it's on with adverts. On many, it's on.
Yeah, have you got
Yeah.
Tubi? Tubi's good in America
They've
for
got it on
Discovery.
Tubi.
Yeah.
Right.
They've also got an Amazon
Yeah.
Prime with subscription.
Yeah.
But the ads are put in, I guess, by a bot.
Uh-huh.
So it
Oh,
doesn't.
right. So they're not even coherent. It's just
So sometimes you're watching a scene and all of a sudden it's
Yeah.
an advert.
Yeah.
Whereas, there's
I-
places you could put the ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I put my film through Film Hub, I put timestamps in where I'd accept ads. They asked for like 8 different timestamp
Yeah.
places. I've never watched it on an ad platform, so I don't know if they've adhered to that or not. But
Yeah.
tried to find places, and right away you're just like, how do I want to break up my movie to sell?
Well,
Fucking
usually there is places when you have to.
yeah,
But I recommend obviously
Yeah.
watching it. For
ad
if
free.
it's £1, £1.99. It's
Yeah.
like, it's
Yeah.
a packet of biscuits. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that you're gonna,
Yeah.
it's worth
Not even a
watching.
half
that.
pint
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
days.
Also, the soundtrack's
So-
available on all the streaming services.
Mhm.
And in America, you can buy it on a distributor took on the soundtrack as a CD,
Cool.
which is kind of cool.
Amazing. Yeah.
And what sucks is I was going to bring you guys a copy and I forgot.
Oh.
That's
Well,
all right.
I'm
I'll get it to you. I'll
yeah,
figure
yeah.
it out.
I'm sure we will meet again.
Yeah, yeah.
So thank you very much for
Thank
coming
you,
on,
guys.
Paul.
No, thanks.
It's been a great show and interesting as always. And I hope you guys at home, viewing or listening,
check out the movie.
enjoyed it too. Yeah, and check out Shiver Me Timbers. Woo! What?